Hello everyone, my name is Hayden Lewis on behalf of Razmafzar. I was asked to make a video asking what essential martial arts are needed for the sport of MMA or mixed martial arts if you're not familiar. So honestly, and a lot of people probably share this opinion, you can't determine the art, it's always the fighter. But aside from all that, I will give you my opinion. So, I think a foundation in a wrestling style is key. My opinion, something that has a lot of defense and a lot of offense. So 50-50 down the board. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is very good. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but there's some, it changed the world, but I'm not denying that. But today, with everyone gaining knowledge about submissions and wrestling on the ground, it's a little different now. So my opinion is wrestling, like freestyle wrestling, Greco-Romana, catch wrestling is my favorite. If you guys don't know, catch wrestling is an old English martial art. It's brought to the United States hundreds of years ago. My ancestors have done it. That's where the saying, cry uncle, has come from. You put someone in a submission hold and they cry uncle. And all the circus wrestlers, fun fact, Abraham Lincoln was a wrestler and a catch wrestler, because wrestlers back then did submissions. So anyways, number one, you need to know how to wrestle. Whatever style it is you do, judo, sambo, or Greco-Romana, freestyle, whatever style of wrestling that you train, as long as you have knowledge on how to defend takedowns and throws, how to throw and take down, and knowledge on submissions, both how to do them and how to defend them. Most importantly for wrestling is defense, though. So when a lot of people, wrestling's number one, and they're picturing someone going for takedowns and controlling the fight, like Khabib Nurmagomedov, GSP, John Fitch, Phil Davis. There's so many, Matt Hughes. Their list goes on and on and on. But I think the main thing is defense, especially when it comes to takedowns and submissions. My own experiences as an amateur fighter, I've trained with a bunch of jiu-jitsu guys, Brazilian jiu-jitsu I'm speaking of, that were just not good at takedowns. Like if you're on the ground with them, top or bottom, they're gonna give you a hard time, or probably submit you. But there's so many of them that I've trained with that can't even do takedowns effectively. And I think that's a big, big hole. If you're gonna focus on groundwork, you should know takedowns. But defense is number one, because you don't need to take people down to win a fight. But you do need to control where you have your fight. So you control it as in, you're not going to be able to take me down. I'm going to train my defense. I'm going to stuff every takedown you have. Or I'm going to take you down and control the fight on the ground. That's controlling where the fight takes place, and that is a key skill set to have. I think it's the most important one, whether you're using your wrestling defensive or offensively. Me personally, I prefer to use it defensively because wrestling is tiring for me. Although I do believe, and others have told me, that my wrestling is better than my striking. And then number two, you need to know how to box, as in punch. And when I mean punch, I mean, yeah, you can do a technique right and all that, but it's more to it than that. You need to know footwork and foot placement. So anyone could punch. I could punch a bag, I could punch the air, I could punch my little training buddy right here. But that doesn't mean anything if you don't have good footwork and foot placement. And footwork and foot placement determine timing, and timing determines everything when it comes to striking and wrestling. but I'm talking about striking now. So knowing how to box, knowing how to throw your hands, how to watch your opponent's body, and use footwork to circle in and out, step in and out, and all that, I think is number 2. You don't need to learn how to kick per se. It's very useful. Our kicks are stronger than punches normally, and we have all this reach with our legs, especially if you have really long legs like me. But you need to know how to box. You need to know how to move your head so you don't get hit. For example, I have a lot of scar tissue on my left eyebrow, and if I get punched there, it's probably going to split open and I'm probably going to bleed a lot. So I need to have good defense with my hands and be able to move my head so I don't get hit, or I minimize me getting hit. Or if I do get hit while I'm moving my head, it's glancing off, kind of like when you move your head and you're wearing a helmet and someone's striking you with a sword or whatever, and you're moving it and it just glances and it comes off. Same concept. So knowing how to box, head movement, footwork, timing. And I think thirdly, you need the knowledge on kicks as well. You not necessarily need to be good at them, but you need to know what it looks like when someone's about to throw their hips into a kick. What are the telltale signs of that? Because that also leads to defense against them. So in my second fight, the guy I was fighting, really tough guy, really strong guy, he threw a very sloppy back kick, and because I did Taekwondo and karate for a while, I mean, my first tournament was the Kentucky State Championship when I was 5 years old, and I won. But I was only 5 years old, so it doesn't mean anything. But I'm saying I've trained it for a long time. And what I was taught was when someone's spinning and you can see it coming, you get close to them, you close the distance, you put your chest on their back. And that's how I did it in my fight. He went to throw that sloppy back kick, and I literally just ran into him mid-kick, hit his back, and he fell down. I didn't have to try to take him down. It was instant. It was given to me. So I think number 3 is knowledge on kicks. Not necessarily knowing how to kick and being able to kick people in the head and do all this crazy spinning kicks and all that, but the knowledge of kicks. At least know how to do low kicks. So to summarize it all, I would say wrestling, especially defense. 2 is boxing, moving your head, footwork, predominantly. And number 3 is knowledge on kicks. And I put it in that order as well. So let me know what you guys think, or girls, what you all think, and please comment below. I'd like to hear what you guys think. Thank you very much for watching.